Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you guys this a little illustration that I am preparing. This illustration will be available on my shop, on the shop update that is coming up. It's like I practically opened my shop yesterday and I'm already doing an update, but I gotta do things, I gotta work to make sure. So if you guys are here after my little scroll showing you guys some of the things I have on my shop, then you guys know that it is open. My shop is up and running. You can find it at beccasdesigns.store. All the new shoppers get a 10% discount by adding shop lunch at the checkout. The link will be provided in the description. Shipping has a flat rate and I ship worldwide. Now back to your regular program. But this is an illustration I did a few months ago, and when I say months, it's been like a really long time. I think I did this while I was having my burnout session, and what happened was I was a bit burned out, but I really wanted to draw, I really wanted to illustrate something, and I technically ended up just simply sketching a whole bunch of potential thumbnails and illustrations, but some of them I did it on the computer and others I did on my sketchbook. And well, technically the sketchbook, I don't really use it that often for, not even for like actual sketching, but it's mostly just for ideas that I normally have for any kind of thumbnail illustration that I want to do for either a video, and now that I have my store, for literally doing art for product ideas, stickers, but mostly I just use this one mostly just for illustrations. I have a little journal that I actually use to draw the stickers because I think it is actually better for me, because sometimes I can just take out my markers and I can color them in and see if I'm gonna like the colors or not, and sometimes I can just change the color afterwards if I don't like them. But this illustration, I kind of did it in a moment where I was super inspired. I had just taken a really long break from, as I said, I had burnout and I was super inspired and I really wanted to do something new. I actually wanted to have a little bit more illustrations to show on Instagram, and I actually told myself, I don't have to post or record everything I do for social media. I can just like do the illustration and then poof, I have something to post on my Instagram. But that kind of didn't go out as planned because I ended up being in such a burnout phase that it kind of drove me a little crazy. For you guys that haven't seen my vlog, I'll link it up here. I do tell you guys that like YouTube is technically what I have been doing for a while, for the fact that like I'm still looking for a 9-to-5, and so technically this is technically what I'm doing, and I don't really want to overdo myself, especially now that I have the store. It kind of gives me a little, it kind of inspires me, and it gives me a really long momentum for me to just like sit down and work more on art that I actually want to draw and that I would love to put up and sell, or just to show and potentially actually end up putting it on my store as well. So I actually enjoyed this idea for the simple fact that I didn't really want to just keep posting for posting. I wanted everything that I posted to have a reason. I wanted it to be fun. I wanted, even if it took a little longer to get to where I am, because if you guys haven't noticed, like, I don't really have a lot of views for the fact that I went from a reaction channel to just an illustration channel to show my art, because even though I'm very grateful for everyone who watched my videos and who still stayed with me, it wasn't really making me happy. I loved all the artists that I that I literally met and found and literally are in my playlist, but I didn't really want to keep doing that. And I actually got to the conclusion that it wasn't even because I felt like an imposter syndrome, but which it wasn't. It was actually just the fact that it wasn't what I actually wanted to do with my life. It wasn't what I thought I could see myself doing for like the rest of my life, because it really wasn't. Did it help me financially? Of course it did, but I think that I actually just wanted to do something that I loved, like really loved, and even if it took a while, I would still be doing it. And as much as I said, I really enjoyed the reactions. I really enjoyed having everyone commenting, like the views and everything, but it wasn't making me happy. And I kind of got to the conclusion that if something isn't making me happy, I am not going to waste my time on that, because I only have one life, and I'm not going to live my life simply to put on a smile every day, and at the end of the day, I am feeling like burned out or stressful. So I can't actually have that for me anymore. So technically, this is what I decided to do. I've actually even started like vlogging because it is something that, well, per se, that I actually never thought I'd do, because I'm a very private person and I don't really enjoy sharing like too much of my life. But the fact that I get to vlog just showing about my work and what I do on a day-to-day is actually pretty fun, and I'm actually considering like making it a bit shorter, like my vlogs, even if it's like just like 18 to 20 minutes, just showing a couple of things that I'm doing, mostly work, especially when I don't feel like sitting down and literally writing a script or just sitting down and recording a voiceover that would take like 20 minutes or something. I just have like footage there for me to sit down, edit, make sure it's cohesive, and then, like do my best and put it out there for you guys. But I'm actually enjoying this phase. I'm actually enjoying the things I am doing, mostly because of that. And I'm actually getting to the point that I enjoy doing this. And even though like it's not being 100%, or technically not even there, not even a 10%ish in a financial gain for me, this is what I want to do, and this is what I'm doing. I'm sitting down, I'm only choosing like the images that I really like, that I would like to either create or simply just sell. And that's technically what I have been doing for the past few months. I have been vlogging more, as I said, and most of it because of that, because like when I was doing the vlogs, I was actually behind the scenes just like getting stuff ready for my shop, getting stuff ready to literally just sit down and go crazy. And if you guys don't know, I had a lot of problems whilst I was setting up the shop, and I had like a moment where I just like wanted to throw the towel and not think about it, but then I just decided to just take a day off, go sleep. I actually sat down and played The Sims for like 2 days straight, if I'm not mistaken, and it was just what I needed. And by the way, the Sims that I'm talking about is the little farm that I did with the orangey house. I will link that also in the card section for you guys, and also in the description. I have to remind that to click into the description. But yeah, I did that, and I didn't think about like work. I didn't think about anything, because I was like literally putting every fiber of my body into it, and then a whole bunch of things started going wrong, and I just took a really 48 hours step back, and I eventually did solve the problem, which I enjoyed. and I am actually pretty excited. To be honest, I haven't had an actual sale yet, but I am actually okay with that, which is weird, but I am okay with that. Not for the fact that, oh, like all my hard work didn't go to anywhere. No, but it's simply because I am still starting out. I am still making a name for myself, and things do take time to grow. And since I have been consistent with my posting, even when I don't post on like social media for a week, I'm okay with that, because I take that as in, okay, you just needed a week off, you needed to relax, and you're okay. It's okay. And I've noticed that it really doesn't affect my channel if I do take that week off. So I'm actually okay with this, and just keep making the things that I actually enjoy and the things I actually want to do has actually beneficiated me in a really amazing way. So, especially mentally, sometimes I do get really down because I don't see the results that I want, but that's actually something that always happens to everyone. And if you're in that moment, it's okay, dude. But just take a step back, relax. Sometimes you're doing too much when you're not supposed to. You're just supposed to take time off a little. I know that we all want to be somewhere. I do want to be somewhere, especially financially. And doing this is like the goal that I have in mind, to, even though if I, like, let's say tomorrow I wake up and I get my 9 to 5, I'm still going to be doing this because this is actually what I want for my life. And I normally say that, like, if I don't have the conditions right now to do everything that I want to do, having a little backup or a job for you to just stay there and be able to achieve your dreams is still okay. I just don't think that going into anything just thinking of it, okay, this is the rest of my life, and you just stop there, is kind of wrong. So I actually do tend on thinking about it as in, I'm gonna do my best wherever I'm working, wherever I'm doing, and when I get like to do what I want to do, what I truly want to do, I will be okay with it because I will have enough to not go crazy afterwards. So that's technically what I'm going with right now. It is hard. I'm not gonna lie. It is hard. And I know that a lot of you guys probably have gone through this, just it's a lot of work and sometimes you don't see the results you want, but it does take a little time. It does take time for you to grow, but that is the beauty of just working hard. And I think that is the reason why I didn't maintain my reactions channel. It was because it came too fast, and I have realized, and I actually know that is true, sometimes when things come too fast for you, you don't know how to handle it, because I don't know, it depends on everybody's mentality, but sometimes you don't know how to handle it, and you don't think maybe you don't deserve it, or, well, I did think I deserved it, but it wasn't what I wanted to do with my life, even though I really enjoyed it. But yeah, so that's technically what I see as in, for maybe this instance it was that, but I don't know, because I don't feel any regret. At first I did want to like literally put all the videos that I did in private, but then I stopped and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna let people watch it, for the simple fact that, I want them to see how I got here. I want them to see my journey. I started out with this, which is actually pretty funny because I actually started my actual YouTube journey doing movie reviews, and I used to post like 3 times a week. So I used to post a lot. and it did get a bit heavy for me, but I was growing, I was doing everything, but you know, I still wasn't where I wanted to be, and it really annoyed me because I didn't know what I know now back then, and probably if I did, I would probably have continued the channel. Maybe I would have still be doing movie reviews. I don't know, because I really like movies, but either way, I still prefer what I am doing now. And I wanted people to look back and see that, okay, like she started out with movie reviews. Okay, she did that for a while, but she stopped. Then she got into reactions. She did it for like an entire year. Why did she stop? Well, I stopped because I actually, even though I loved it, I didn't really want to do that for the rest of my life. I actually wanted to do something that I have always dreamed of, that that has been in me for as long as I know myself, and that is to literally have my art and hopefully live off of it. So, and I literally fought for that, because before I actually started my journey on YouTube with my review videos, I was already planning on making an art channel back in 2019. No, but I started my YouTube in 2017. So I stopped for some reason, which I don't remember. I just stopped. And then I started streaming on Twitch around 2018, 2019, if I'm not mistaken. But I changed to art, and it was going extremely well. And then I saw that, okay, I can do this. Okay, I can do this for a living. But, you know, life happened, and a whole bunch of things happened. And a few years later, I was introduced to reaction videos, which was fun. As I said before, it was fun. I loved it. I am so grateful for everyone who probably still watches it, and probably some of you guys even still watch my videos today, so I'm actually grateful for you guys as well. But it's not what I wanted to do with my life, and even though it is kind of hard, I'm not gonna lie, but it's something that I'm working towards, because I know that the minute that this everything that I am doing just explodes into like success, I will be the happiest person on earth, and I will know that all of that stress, the crying, the moments of I'm gonna give up, but I never actually do. I just keep going, and I got where I wanted to be. And did it take a really long time? Yeah. Did it take a while? Yeah, it took a while, but I got there, I stayed, I maintained, and this is literally what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life, hopefully. Do I intend on getting a 9-to-5 as well? Of course I do. I don't know if any of you guys believe in star signs, but the personality-wise of them, they're always right, and I am a Capricorn, so it is very hard to be in the financial situation that I am in right now, but I am working very hard for to leave this huge journey and this huge thing that is going on right now for that reason. So I don't intend on giving up. Maybe you guys have gone through this, you might say you give up, but you know that thing that it just stays in the back of your head going you're really gonna give up? You've been doing this for a while. I know it hurts, I know it sucks a little, but keep pushing through. You're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. So if I do go into that weird phase, I do actually just tell myself to stop. I take a few days off. I watch a movie. I do let myself like draw and do some sketches. Sometimes I even actually end up making a couple of art that I never thought I would, because I just took some time off. But I have noticed that after I do take a step back and I do calm myself a little, which is actually very good, I do get a bit more productive, I get a bit better. But as for someone who does unfortunately have anxiety and stress, which does affect me, and like my body shows it a lot, I think that even though I sit down, I like to draw, I like to do all of this, it actually helps me out to just not think so much about what I'm doing, but just the end result. I do try to always think positive and not go crazy as much as I normally used to, but just thinking about like the things I have to do, just getting the things done, just sitting down and getting it done. So that actually does help me a lot, and maybe it can actually help you guys as well. And I know that I normally try my best to be the most positive person, but I decided to just be honest with you guys, especially when I do my videos. And you know, life isn't butterflies, and seeing a lot of things that other people have achieved, they took the same journey that we're taking, and sometimes for them it was even harder than it was for us. So what I normally like to do now, even though I follow a lot of creators and especially like a lot of artists as well, and I kind of see like where they are, I don't really tell myself like, oh, I'm gonna do this and tomorrow I'm gonna be there. No, I just like to look at what they're doing, and I kind of think about like, okay, all the hard work I'm doing, this is the result that I'm gonna get. It's not gonna be like exactly the way that this person or that person got it, but I will make it, and I'm there. So I think a lot of us just need to work a lot on our mentality and to literally understand that that is why a lot of us possibly just give up, because some of us never had literally someone to just influence us, possibly when we're growing up or not, or just like as adults as well, to just, you know, just be our support system to help. And a lot of people don't like to sit and listen to anyone talk about their problems, and I think that is literally a problem for a lot of people. But there is also the fact that a lot of people are stuck in a victim mentality, and this is normally why when you actually see me talk about this stuff in videos, I talk about it not because I want anyone to feel bad for me, but it's just so I can literally get the stuff out of my system, and sometimes it can actually help someone else that's listening and being like, oh, I also have the exact same problem, so how did she fix it? Maybe that could help me as well. And everyone has a way of doing things. I like to journal, I like to draw, I like to play games, I like to hang out with my friends and not think so much about the bad things, but in general, I do just like to enjoy life. But when I do have a moment to just sit down, and if this stuff actually happens, it's good to talk about it, and it's also good to have like friends in a support circle that literally just tells you when you're just being dramatic. And it's okay. It's okay to be dramatic sometimes, you know? Sometimes you need to be dramatic, but you can't rely on staying the victim for the rest of your life. And I think this is why I like to talk about this, because even though I literally show that I have every reason to stop, I have every reason to just like get any job, but no, I am focused on the things that I desire. I have the 9 to 5 that I desire. I have the goal that I want for my channel. I have the goals that I want for my shop, and that is what I'm going after. And I think that a lot of people need to put that in them. They need to see that it's taking a while, but it's not going to be like this forever. So you can just chill, you know, be yourselves. Don't go so crazy. If it's getting too hard, I think it's when it starts to get too hard and you're always stressed, you do need a little bit of time and just to sit back and be like, okay, you know what? I've been doing this for too long. I am stressed. I am starting to hate this. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to do something else. The minute you start doing something else just to chillax, that is when you are going to start de-stressing. That is when you're simply going to get to where you want to be. And that is the goal, to always find a way to de-stress, to always find a way to literally live the life you want. Because even when you are living the life you want, you're still gonna have some problems. So you really do need to just take a moment to realize that it's okay to have bad days. Everybody has bad days. And some of the bad actually sometimes happens for good. So don't doubt yourself so much. Just fight for what you really want. Guys, we are now getting to the end of this video. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys enjoy this so much. I had fun chatting whilst you guys saw my illustration, and I will be back next week for more because I have a couple of other things I have on my sleeves. If you guys go to the community tab, I have a poll up as well, so go check that out, and I will see you guys next week for more things. And can't wait until the new shop update, which I have no clue when it's gonna be, but it's gonna be there, and I'll tell you guys. And until then, thank you guys so much for everything. I will see you guys next week for more. Have a great day, evening, month, week, year, whenever you're watching this. Bye, guys.